Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Koto Games Summoners Wars Pro in the making. Now, today we're gonna be showcasing a monster that you know already, and a monster that most of you guys may have already fed to somebody else. The monster review of today is going to be Teon, that will be the light Garuda. Now, Teon is a very good monster. He's very good because of his skills and what he's or she is able to do because he's a bird. Teon is very good because of the skills that she has, and also because when you get this monster, you really need to use this monster. This is actually the fourth monster that you get on the game, and you get this monster so early, and that's the problem with this monster, that you get it so early that you don't actually know what you're doing on the game. And the best skill that he has, you get the skill when he is awakened. So you get this monster so early, you can only see two skills of this monster. And what do? You go to the channels and you ask the more experienced guys on the chat. You ask them if the monster is good or food. And about 80% of the people in the chats will tell you that this monster is food. And the problem is that most of the people, they underrate this monster. And as you can see on this video, at the moment he's just beating giants B10 really easy. And if anything goes wrong, he's going to revive somebody, and then they are gonna be able to clear it. No matter what happens, this is a super safe team that you can play. If you have these monsters, go straight for the boss, and you don't even need to 6-star all of these guys to be able to clear giants B10. Why? Because Darion is going to be decreasing the attack power. Beladion is going to be healing, removing the attack power on the boss. And it's really easy to clear it because all of the monsters on this team, they have a specific function for you to be able to clear Giants B10. And Teon being there gives the team a more reliable run, because if Veramos dies, he will be reviving Veramos. But also, let's say for example that you have not fused Veramos. And if you have not fused Veramos, then the only cleanser that I can think of will be another Garuda. That will be the water Garuda, the Konamiya. And using Konamiya on the team is going to be cleansing, and it's going to be giving as well another research ability. And the only problem is that these guys, the AI really is not good, the AI of these guys when they are together. But for manual dungeons, for manual scenarios, and to manual TOE hard floors, Teon is the way to go if you cannot clear the floors as well. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about the skills, Teon's skills, so that way you will see why he's so good in my opinion. Now, with the first skill, like any other Garuda, Teon, it's going to be using the onslaught skill. Yeah, onslaught. I don't know how to pronounce that, but this skill is going to attack the enemy with a breakneck speed. It says breakneck speed, but his speed is really low. He's only 95, 96 base speed. So anyway, this skill is going to be stunning the target with a 24% chance. And after you max up this skill, then it's gonna be a 64% chance. So 64% chance stun is really reliable. So you may want to build him with a little bit of accuracy, not too much because it will be a waste, but with a little bit of accuracy you can build him, and he's gonna be stunning really reliable. Do not build this guy on despair like some websites tells you to build this guy on despair. No, despair is not the way to go for this guy. It will be early game will be swift, late game is going to be violent. Right, so this skill is going to be a 64% chance to stun. The second skill is going to be research, like the water Garuda. And with the second skill, it's going to fill up an allied target's attack bar and increase the attack power for 1 turn. It is reusable. This skill is reusable again in 4 turns. And after you max up this skill, then it's going to be usable again in 2 turns. So it's going to get 2-turn cooldown. The third skill is the skill that you get when you awaken him. For you to awaken the light Garuda and make him Teon, you need to have 2 medium light essences, 15 low light essences, and 15 low magic essences. It's really easy to awaken him. You can get the highs the minions anytime from even the first floor. But at the moment that you get this monster, you don't actually know what to do. So if you're new and you got this monster, go ahead and use him. And if you are not so new and you got this monster, put some runes on him and use him, and you will see that he's really useful. Now the third skill is the good one, because this skill will revive a dead ally and recover the HP of all allies by 20%. So you basically revive a dead ally with 20% HP, and then it's gonna heal all of other allies with 20% HP as well. This skill is reusable again in 7 turns. It's a reviver. So when you max up this skill, it's gonna get 2 turn cooldown, so the reviving skill is going to be usable again in 5 turns. Something that we have to say about this skill is that if you don't wanna revive anyone and you need to use the heal, you can use it as a heal, and it's gonna heal 20% of the HP of all allies, and the skill is going to be usable again not on 5 turns with the cooldown. It's gonna be usable again in 3 turns. So basically you have a small sustain that's gonna keep your team alive, and it's gonna be reusable really often. So 3 turns for the heal and 2 turns for the research ability. It's something really fine and really easy to use. And the best thing of this monster is that the skill ups are really easy to find. You can get Garudas from any dungeon day, from a Garuda dungeon, and you will see on the chats everybody pulls a Garuda dungeon. You can also get this monster from unknown scrolls. They pull off really often, and also you can get Garudas from the magic shop. It's really easy to get Garudas. Just put some Garudas on him. Let me see how many Garudas you need to skill him up. Let's see, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 on the first skill, 2 on the second skill, and 1 2 3 4 5 on the third skill. So you need 15 Garudas to skill him up, and it's really easy to get the Garudas. And after you get all of the Garudas, you're gonna have a max skill reviver. And that's the main problem with the revivers. I know eventually as you advance on the game, you're gonna get better revivers, but for those revivers to be really good and really useful, they need to be max skill. Let's say that you pull a basic reviver like Michelle. If you got Michelle, for you to skill up Michelle, you're not gonna put Devil Moss on Michelle, but you need to get Epic on Priestess, and you need to get a lot of Epic on Priestess to make her useful, to make her good. So in the meantime, before you pull any other reviver, you can use Teon. Easy to skill up, and you can use it everywhere because it's a light and dark monster. If you get Michelle, you will not be using Michelle for Dragon Speed 10, as you can see on this video. He's doing Dragon Speed 10, no problem, going straight for the boss, and here is with Veramos and some other farmable monsters. So it's really easy to use this guy on any type of dungeon because of the elemental advantage. Also, let's say you get Brian's. Well, Brian is an amazing reviver and an amazing reviver for TOA hard as well, but you need to skill him up, and you're not gonna be pulling so many Death Knights to be able to skill him up. So some people will be giving Devil Monks to Brian. It's up to them, but still you need to put Devil Monks on the monster. So it's gonna be a long time to wait if you get one awake, or if you get, I don't know, if you buy the Devil Monk pack, you're not gonna be using him on Brian. That's my opinion. But this guy Teon is really easy to build, and you're gonna have the max skill revive as soon as possible. Now in this part of the video, I'm gonna be showing you that this light Garuda as well is very good, even if you don't have Veramos for Dragon Speed 10. If you don't have Veramos, you can put Konamiya, that is a cleanser, and the only thing that you need to do, the strategy for this wave right now, is going to be to decrease the attack power of the towers and to research on Konamiya as many times as possible, so that way you can have the cleans available as fast as possible as well. And as long as you decrease the attack speed and the attack bar of the towers with the Spectra, you will be fine. And they can auto all the way to the boss, but the boss is something that you will need to do manually. So if you are struggling into any lower level dragons or giants team, you can use these teams that you have seen on these two dragons and giants, and you will be able to clean them. with no problem, right? So what other options do we have for Teon, the Light Garuda? Well, he's really good. He's really good on arena, and he's really good on guild battles as well. Now, something I have to tell you about guild battles is that the easiest and most reliable way to clear a guild battle is by defeating the monsters one by one on the offense, on the enemy's offense. Just kill them one by one and you will be fine. So this option, using Teon, is a very nice option, because let's say, for example, you are gonna bring a damage dealer to single target nuke every one of the monsters on the other team. You actually, for a damage dealer to do a lot of damage, you actually have to build them on attack with damage attack. So they will basically have a lot of attack, a lot of crit rate, and a lot of crit damage. So that means that they will not be having a lot of speed unless you have outstanding runes. So you build this guy Teon as fast as possible, but you build, let's say for example, if you don't have a galleon, you build a defense breaker on the first turn like Beladion. You build Beladion as fast as possible, but faster than Teon. So that way, Beladion is going to defense break the target, then Teon is gonna move right after Beladion, and it's gonna fill up the attack bar of the damage dealer, and it will increase as well the attack power of the damage dealer. So that way you make sure that you're gonna one-shot any monster on the other enemy's defense. That can work in guild battles and also can work into arena as well. In arena you will have another spot, so you can use anything else, but it's gonna be basically the same strategy. So you can use this strategy over and over again, and if anything goes wrong, you have Teon as a reviver. So if the damage dealer dies, you will revive the damage dealer. So it's really easy to go this way. Now on the video so far, you're able to see I'm manualing this Giants B10. This Dragon's B10, I'm sorry. And it's pretty simple. And one thing that I have to tell you about this monster you see here, for them to be able to clear dragons or giants, you do not need to 6-star them. You can just 5-star them and make them really tanky and speedy. But as you know, if they are 6-star, then they are gonna be tankier as a 6-star. Teon, it's an amazing monster early game and mid game. You can also use Teon on raids, but I do not suggest you to use Teon on raids, because raids it's fully auto. It's something that is gonna be depending on the AI, and the AI of the Garudas for raids is not really good. They are trying to fix Konamiya for raid 5, but still I find that Konamiya is not good for raid 5 yet, because the AI is not so smart. He's gonna be even targeting the monster that is stunned with the full attack bar, Konamiya. I have seen that on R5 a lot. But you can use these guys for any manual floor of TOA hard. I mean, when I said this guy, I mean Teon. Teon is really good, and you can just 5-star him. If you need him to be tankier, just to auto some floors or to auto Hall of Heroes, you can just 6-star him and you're not gonna regret. And as you advance in the game, you're gonna be getting more another revivers that you can work with. But in the meantime, you can just play with this guy as a 5-star. And if you like him and you wanna make him tankier like I wanted, I 6-starred him, and I do not regret of 6-starring this guy. I have seen many people on chat that they do regret feeding Teon when they ask me what did I use to clear certain specific TOA hard floor. They actually, when I said that I used Teon, that is a farmable monster that they actually got at the beginning of the game, most of the people regret because they fed Teon. And the good thing about Teon is not only the reviving, it's also the research ability, because when you play with Mav on TOA hard, and maps needs to use the skill to decrease the cooldown of the skills, you just research your map and it's gonna be happening so much faster. And also map will increase the attack speed. So the combination is really good, and it's something that anybody can make. Right, so far, how do you build this guy? Making sure again, how do you build this guy? Early game, you go with speed, HP on swift energy, As you advance in the game, you can put Swift broken set or Swift anything, just trying to look for the substats to make him faster, tankier, and a little bit of resistance and not too much accuracy because it doesn't really matter. In late game, you can go mid game, late game, you can go violent anything, speed, HP. He has a pretty nice base defense, 604. So you can also go speed, defense, HP, trying to go for HP substats as well. So, and the more that you advance in the game, you're gonna be wanting him to be on violent nemesis, because in violent nemesis, if you use him for PvP, somebody's gonna hit hard on you, and he's gonna have available the research ability right away, and you're gonna have available the cleanse as well. So he's really nice. Just people don't see how he actually works because you know, it's a 3-star monster. It's really easy to skill up, and it doesn't have like a high multiplier to be used as a damage dealer, and it doesn't have a huge speed to be used as a support. But let's say, for example, you build this guy with violent will, and you go with the offense everybody on violent will for the supports. Let's say, for example, Teon and him violent will as fast as possible, and the damage dealers on attack with damage attack on rage will. With the will set, you make sure that you are not gonna die on the first turn in case that they move first, and you make sure that they don't defense break you on the first turn. So I'm actually gonna put some videos of using him on the guild battles offense, because that strategy is really amazing to use, and it's really easy to do a strategy like that. And as I said before, on the worst cases scenario, if the damage dealer dies, he's gonna be reviving the damage dealer. My Teon, it doesn't have an amazing rune sets because I'm using the best runes that I had on the rune removal. I put the best runes for supports. I put them on the monster for the raid monsters because I want to play raid more often. And also I did improve as well the farming teams that I'm using as speed teams right now for dragons and giants and necro. So my priority on the last rune removal was on them, and Teon just got some of the leftover runes that were left. And at the moment, this Teon is on violent endure, speed, HP. Once again, it's really easy to build this guy. Early game is gonna help you a lot. If you cannot go speed early game, at the very early game, go full energy, HP. It's gonna help you a lot. Just keep him alive. He's gonna have the resource to get more turns, and he's gonna have the reviver right away for you to be able to clear the dungeons that you cannot clear. And try to aim. This is an advice that I give to everybody that is starting on the game. Try to get to the 10 levels, to the giant speed 10 level and to the dragon speed 10 level, because now on the giants and dragons level and necro B10 level as well, you're gonna get only 5 and 6 star runes, and the giant speed 9 it's harder than giant speed 10, and also the dragon speed 9 is harder than dragon speed 10, and you eventually you will have to build a team for one of them, and they are different elements. So you're gonna have to build a team for giants B9 and then build another team for giants B10, and then you are gonna have to do the same for dragons. So don't waste your time, go straight for the B10. If you need to pass the B9s with revivers, do that, and then just focus on building a team for the B10 levels. It's gonna be really easy if you follow proper instructions and if you use the proper monsters. We, not only me myself, there are many YouTubers out there. We upload videos about these levels in the easy way, and you will be able to see how easy it is to clear the B10 levels. Now after this floor, that is the 55, because I am not playing TOA hard too much right now. After this floor, you will be able to see the runes that I use on Teon, and Teon is really good for early and mid game play. Now, alright, so now let's go ahead and wait for this to finish, and now you're gonna be able to see the runes. If you need to see the runes easier, just pause the video at any time, and I do thank you very much for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day.